The following program contains material not suitable for some. Viewer discretion is advised.
I love how this thing got detoured into like softcore porn.
Oh, we should do an episode on that. Like, what's your
We should.
best?
I would do it. No kayfabe. No kayfabe. I'll do it.
Next month on Colecast, Best Outcomes Pack, and we're talking softcore
I'll do
porn.
it, man.
I think you joke, but I think we got to do it now.
I'm down. No. What you do is you go and we start that video, and then you include this clip in there, and be like, "We're doing it."
Yeah, we're doing it. Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Colecast, the podcast for all of us. I'm XLJVOG, joined by the best scout machine. What are you wearing and what are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm just
Don't mind me.
milking the mutters over here. Oh. Did you bring the Vaseline?
Yeah. Also, I brought the Lutrum foot spray.
Shit. You know what I brought? I brought the essentials. I brought the Hot Wheels tissues.
What the fuck?
Like, I don't know if one's enough for the cleanup. You're going to need like 6 of these when you're done.
Oh, dear God.
You know what we're talking about, babies.
You know what we're talking about today on this episode of Colecast. We're going there. We're talking softcore pornography. Can we even say that on here? Erotica? Maybe that's what we should say.
Erotica. Wait. Adult, light.
Well, it says
adult
softcore
cinema.
porn at the bottom, so I guess we're all going balls deep now.
Well, we're going balls deep, but you can't see us go balls deep.
That's right, because that's the whole point. People are going to see this episode listing the softcore porn episode. Like, what the fuck? XL
This is gonna be niche as shit.
Yeah, it is. Oh, son of a bitch. But I mean, yeah, we had that discussion last month, and here we are. We are about to talk about a topic I did not think we'd be talking about on Colecast.
I have this conversation every month with my grandmother.
I used to when they were still with us. Yeah. Be like, what did you watch on Skinamax last night? But you got some scrambled porn there, Sonny?
Let's record a VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it where it's not that visible.
So before we go too deep into this topic at hand, I want to ask you first and foremost, what was your first memory or introduction to porn?
All right, now just softcore because we're going. But then again,
we'll keep it softcore. We don't have to go hardcore.
No, the porn's going to be the next episode. Next month, Colecast. We're talking about regular porn.
We just become a porn podcast.
Well, release everything you whacked it to. And at the weekend for that, Good Housekeeping magazine.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I think my earliest, because we had cable growing up, but we didn't have like the good channels. We had basic cable. So I would go over to my cousin's house and he had everything: HBO, Showtime, Cinemax. And once like 9 o'clock in the evening hit, you're like, there's naked people. They're doing stuff. And you watch and it's like, here's the thing. This is like late 90s, early 2000s, but mostly late 90s. And I don't have the internet. I don't have a computer. To buy the good shit, you're going to have to pay like $80 a pop at a porn store that also had like a locker where you can put a quarter in and watch stuff. They don't have those around here anymore. But
Oh man.
yeah, so you saw that and you're like, I have no other choice other than like watching Soul Train or The Grind on MTV. We all watched Soul Train for that purpose. Now, but like, yeah, we were like, oh, you saw this and you're like, oh my God. Oh, well, this is awesome. Is no one in the room? All right. We got the Jergens.
And a sock. Yeah. I pretty much my first kind of memories really was like through like the free previews of like HBO and Cinemax and stuff. That's where I got my best content, if you will. And I can also remember perusing the video stores because I went to video stores quite frequently for like, and what I love being as a wrestling fan, one thing in a lot, so that was kind of a special section. And for whatever reason, the wrestling was usually near the softcore porn. Because you remember how
Special interest, right?
special interest. That's right. Because you remember how video stores they had like if they had, as I called it, a boom boom room, the true like porno room.
Yeah,
Like
with the beads
behind the doors, but the softcore stuff you could get out front, you know, and like most of that consisted of like the Playmate of the Year videos and stuff like that. But I have a funny story I want to share with you. Now, I've shared this before on one of the very earliest episodes of Colecast, but I'm glad to retell this story.
Talk to me, Daddy.
Oh yes, I'm going to talk to you, Gouty. So I'm probably like 10 years old or something like that. And I'm going through making my selection, and I am at it was a Red Giraffe video, which would later become West Coast Video. Don't know if you ever saw one of those. I think that's kind of
That's
which is
familiar.
weird. Yeah, it sounds familiar, but yeah, it was kind of like I think it was like a cousin of Movie Gallery or something, or like a Hollywood Video or something like that. But anyways, so you remember the VHS tapes where it was like, okay, they actually had the tape out there and stuff, and it wasn't in like the closed enclosed
It was
case.
right behind
Plastic. Well, no, this one it was like inside the plastic sleeve, so it had the cover of the VHS, and then the actual VHS tape was inside the plastic sleeve, and on the bottom of it, you just kind of squeeze the two sides together, and the VHS tape would come out. So yeah. So what I did in my infinite wisdom is I grabbed a you're gonna love this. I grabbed a VHS copy of WCW Halloween Havoc 1989. And I proceeded to take that video out and switch it out with a Playboy bunny video or some shit.
Oh, Lord.
But I have to do this discreetly, right? And a little 10-year-old me is like nervous as shit. It's like, oh, the fuzz is going to come in. I'm going to get arrested for doing this because it's like,
I could have arrested you.
Growing up in a strong Christian home, it's like, how dare you look at naked women? How dare you? That is sin. That is of the secular world. You don't let those secular sins inside.
You're being naughty.
So in my idiocracy here, like I get the tape switched out, but I'm so nervous, Gout. Like I forget to put the Halloween Havoc tape inside the Playboy box. So I left it out, but I left it behind the thing. So I got home and I'm thinking, oh, I'm safe here, right? Like I'm okay. And then the dreaded video or the phone call from the video store as my mother answers and it tells them, yeah, we accidentally got you got a copy of the Playboy video, not a wrestling tape you rented. So then I have to play dumb, but my mom fucking knows exactly what the hell's going on.
You're a dirty little bastard.
She knows what her preferred child is doing.
Like she's seen the sock collection. She noticed the Vaseline's empty every week.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
The store brand Vaseline.
Oh yeah. Just shit. We couldn't. Yeah, no, not the true Vaseline. That was later on in life. But anyways, and that's how you knew you achieved success when you can afford regular Vaseline, cocoa butter, my all-time favorite. Anyways,
store brand petroleum jelly.
oh, but it looks sexy.
Oh yeah, smells like love.
So anyways,
Smells like freedom.
my mom is talking to me and she's like, okay, like, all right, we're gonna take this back and get the VHS. Now I forget what exactly happened, but she had to go run a quick errand, and there I was home alone. So it was like, okay, I don't have enough time to copy this thing because it's like an hour or something. So what do you do? What do you do in this situation?
I know exactly what you did. You had to hurry up and watch something. Get some use out of that.
Oh, no. I went one step further, my friend. So in my ingenious mind, I'm like, okay, I know what I can do, because there was a sticker, like the label was a sticker on it and it wasn't imprinted on. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch the tape. So then I'm scurrying to switch this tape out with something, and I got to also figure out, well, what do I want to part with in my own collection to replace this tape? And then it's like I'm looking in the back of my VHS collection. There it is, Gout. That's like perfect. NFL's Football Follies 1991 or whatever. So I proceed to do MacGyver like shit and get the labels. And of course they have to have the label from the video stores on there too. So I have to take that off ever so precisely. And I mean, it was a MacGyver of a job, but nonetheless,
the first thing that popped in my head was, you're the MacGyver of softcore right now.
Well, nonetheless, I was able to get the tape switched out, and they never knew. But I always wondered in the back of my mind, there had to be some old bastard, probably in his 50s, probably a truck driver who's been driving all day. He just wants to watch like the Playboy's centerfolds of 1994 or whatever. He pops it in and he gets fucking Football Follies.
Football Follies. Like, well, I'm still masturbating.
Yeah, so that was my one of my fondest memories, is because I had to work. And here's the thing, what this generation does not realize, you have pornography at the touch of your fingertips. This is the stuff we had to do in the 90s to get.
We had to fight.
Porn.
We had to fight. We had to run. We had to be MacGyver. We had to we had to have ingenuity in order to find a way to watch something to pleasure ourselves with. All right, and we couldn't just go on my phone right now. I can go on it right now, find something good in like 1 minute. Back in the day, you had to scurry. You had to find something. You couldn't have that. You had to watch something on your television, like Soul Train, and beat yourself maliciously. Is that a word?
It is now. I remember too, like with you mentioned like the magazine. I mean, we all Sears catalog, right? I mean, come on. So we all had our time with the Sears catalog. I can remember like some off-brand catalogs that I'd see at my grandparents' house, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Not so much that, but like definitely the Sports Illustrated, swimsuit issue. I remember it would come in the mail. My cousin would I forgot if he got it in the mail or he just bought it, and like immediately he's in the bathroom doing God knows what with it.
Why are they so sticky?
But everyone would basically like have that magazine in another room at some point.
That poor magazine.
That poor magazine saw some unholy shit.
I can remember too, like I'm just unlocking a boatload of memories. I can remember too, one buddy who I would hang out with in the summertime, like he lived out in the country, and about a mile away, he had found somebody who had like a duffel bag full of Playboy and Hustler magazines. So in like true, 90s kids fashion, we hid them in like his playhouse, his clubhouse, and it would be like, you go up there with the flashlight looking at the Playboys and shit.
You're discovering yourself as a human being.
Yeah.
Looking at all these boobs. You see the lady bits, but as I stated, some of the tapes you saw, you didn't see that much.
Yeah, no, not as much. But I mean, here was the thing back then, man. If you saw Bush, you were just like, oh, this is a good one. Like
Like
it's
that,
like the most neatly trimmed bush you'll ever, at least in the 90s, that is.
it would be, and it'd be and you wouldn't see another one for like weeks and months.
Mhm.
Unlike these kids now, who gets to see Bush whenever they want,
Yeah. These kids just
especially
they
in
don't know how to look.
2000 when he was elected.
You think do you think kids nowadays would actually sit down and watch scrambled porn? Like just to see the image and the outline of a
It's
boob?
gotten, they're too spoiled now. They're too
They are.
spoiled, and you're spoiled
This
and rotten.
this is what's wrong with this country right now, okay? This is the biggest thing. This is what they should be talking about in the presidential election. Not any of these other werewolf. It's
I
the
want to hear
problems of, like,
Harris talk about this.
no, Kamala. This
I
should
want, I want,
be like your point.
it's a Friday, Saturday night, and you don't have any of the channels, but you got a scrambled version of it. And if the lighting in the film is just right, you see everything.
That's true.
And sometimes you just might be able to see a boob. You can just, hopefully the music isn't too loud. You might be able to hear and you're just,
The music always pissed me off because it's just like, come on, man. It's like, yeah, infuriated me.
some of the Playboy videos specifically. Now, I didn't buy the Playboy ones, but my cousin would. So there was like stuff there that was like, at the time it was amazing, but like everyone had like a weird song in it that
Yeah.
just would get stuck. There are so many songs in my head canon right now. I don't know who did them, but I would hear them and I would associate them with, women, taking their clothes off and maybe kissing each other. This
You
is the
remember?
long summer of wanting you. This is the long. That's one of them. It's in my head.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Yeah, I believe that.
It's never going
Yeah.
away.
It's
Thank
embedded.
you, Hugh Hefner.
You remember sometimes too, like, and this would sometimes pop up during the day, like where they would run a commercial for like a subscription to Playboy, and they'd talk about how you get like a free, like, you get the Playboy calendar like video or something.
The commercial alone, you'd be like, you could go off on that one.
Easily, and then that was a gift from God himself. If you had that, it's like hit record. It's like, okay, I know what I'm doing all week.
Same thing with the Girls Gone Wild commercials as well.
Yes, can't forget about the Girls on. And they used to. And
You
they
didn't
used to have
see
the
it.
infomercial special too.
That's what we needed. That and like what the occasional moments where women made out in episodes of Howard Stern.
Oh yes, Howard Stern. Yeah,
I'm worried I'm going to like say something and someone's going to be like, I don't relate to this at all. And we're the same age. And to that I say, then you were a sick fuck that was paying $80 a pop for regular porn.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, fucking regular porn back in the day was expensive as shit, man.
Yep,
like
50, 80.
And like it's the big box VHS tapes and shit. Like sometimes,
and we're talking like 25 years ago. Imagine inflation here. So,
oh my god, yeah. And the thing is if you would get lucky is if it was like something to the effect of like where it was like closing out a video store or some shit, and it's like, that was the best. You go through the bin or whatever and pick out whatever treasure you want. I can even remember when they made the transition to like DVDs, and like then they started do you remember when they started doing like the interactive shit? It's like
I never did the interactive stuff.
Oh, the interactive stuff was great. It's like you could play like actual legit mini games that was actually kind of fun, not in a sense of like actually playing a video game like Mario or something fun. Only you got like boobs at the end of it, but yeah.
Now that's the ultimate encouragement right there.
Yes, sir.
Boobs.
Well, I feel like we got to talk about the history of softcore porn and how it all came to be. And if you remember, kids, you can always Wikipedia this shit. But I love the entry here too. Just listen. Here you go, Gout.
Right.
The softcore pornography may include sexual activity between two people or masturbation. It does not contain explicit depications of sexual penetration, cunnilingus, fellatio, fingering, hand jobs, or ejaculation. Depictions of erections of the penis may not be allowed, although attitudes towards these are ever changing. What the fuck's that even mean? Commercial pornography can be differentiated from erotica, which has high art
Erotica.
aspirations. Oh my god. But yeah, it's crazy because looking at this and it's like softcore porn has practically been around fucking forever. Of course, mainly starting in men's magazines.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was like for gay men. They had like men like doing like athletic stuff, and they use that as what they use for
Yep.
to watch it to enjoy themselves because we're cool with everybody here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it essentially when the MPAA rating system kicked in, like really it was like a big boom of softcore porn in the 80s, like that like they'd be playing it in theaters and shit like that.
I can't even picture doing that.
I can't either. I can't even picture going to like the booth thing and all that shit. Like I don't know,
Tell me
man.
about the booth, man. They had like, and I remember I went. Okay, no. Okay, I got a great story about the booth. People are gonna want to watch this. Okay, I get to finally say this story online. I love it. So me, my cousin, and a friend of ours went. My cousin is a horrible degenerate. So is his friend. And they have the booths where you put a couple of quarters in and you get to watch them some stuff. So we all got our quarters and we went to our own booths. I went into my booth and I wasn't feeling the video they were showing. Like this was like 1999, 2000, and the video looked like it was from the 80s. I wasn't digging the 80s that much. It was a little dated for me. So I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm good. When I step out, my cousin, he runs out of his booth like, oh, I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, look at it. I'll go in. I'm like, nothing against it happening, but there was two men and that was it in the video. So he's like, oh my God, look. I'm like, oh, they must have thought you were into that, buddy. And so we both, obviously, neither one of us did anything. Then immediately, the third guy, his friend, comes out and he's like, he's zipping his pants up, like, woo! Oh man, I couldn't even last a minute in there. Yeah. Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh God. Oh man. I can't. Could you imagine working at one of those places and having to clean that shit up? Oh God.
Gotta get the mop out for that.
Yeah, that would be. The mops. They have to be going through a multitude of fucking mops.
You wouldn't want to use that again.
No.
I've had to clean that stuff up in grocery stores.
Okay, I've got a funny horror story about semen and getting cleaned up. So when I worked in as a custodian at a high school, somebody had taken a used prophylactic and put it on the faucet of a sink, and yes, had to remove said prophylactic. And the pieces were like stuck. Oh God, we're getting kicked off YouTube. The pieces were stuck on the fucking faucet. Oh dear God. Still have horror stories about that. Oh. But I think I'd say this with softcore. I think like there's two huge underlying factors of why like it took off and got so popular. I mean, first and foremost, it's VHS tapes.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could get literally anything on fucking VHS. I mean, besides the magazines like Playboy and Hustler and stuff. I just thought there's a core memory. Did you ever watch or remember Hot Body magazine?
No.
That was one I remember I watched several of. And they would have like it's so fucking weird. It'd be like these striptease contest things, and then they would do like a
oh my God,
thing.
yes.
Yeah, I just unlocked that core memory for you.
Oh my God, I remember that pop up on like hot. I remember there was like a thing called Hot Choice. We had Cinemax. No, we didn't have Cinemax. It was during on Colecast cable, and there's a thing called Hot Choice. It was one of the pay-per-view channels, and that was one that was like a hot body contest. It was also a thing called Body Doubles and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and Erotic Heat.
Oh, so
Sorry.
here's a fun story for you. I actually worked at Blockbuster Video for a couple of
Oh,
years.
I knew you had to have done that at some point.
Oh, you know it. And I guess I can remember like some of the VHS titles that we had in there, and like we had to slap on because Blockbuster didn't have hardcore. Like no. They were one of those video stores that was like all we had was softcore porn if you wanted to see any of that.
Can I predict something that you had?
Yes.
Lord of the G Strings. No, oh, okay.
I don't know. I want to say yes. I remember Bear Winch Project was definitely a popular title. I remember there was one too. I don't remember the name of it, but I can remember the cover, and it was something about like it may have like been it may have been just called Cyber Sex or something. It was just some fucking stupid, but it was something about. Oh, I remember there was a Matrix ripoff, which we got to talk about those here in a little
Lordy.
bit about all the parodies. But I can remember having to slap the Pure Discretion 17 like tape, the 17 like you have to be over 17 to rent or something like that, like stickers on like new erotica that would come into Blockbuster.
I barely remember any of that, but I think I was more deep in the Bible Belt than you. Like Indiana's not even in the Bible Belt, right?
No, but I mean it's still like it still has its set ways as far as morals and values.
Yeah, I was really like I was really shocked when I saw like Bear Winch Project and Lord of the G Strings, but like they're all like edited. Even though they were softcore, they were still edited down.
Yeah,
except for Bear Winch. I think that was like the goods. God, I'm gonna Google that later.
It's a great movie. No, I can tell you this too. We only have one copy. We only have one copy, and that thing got rented out all the fucking time, dude. All the time. Never was in stock.
Who was that Lucky Joe?
I always remember too, like stocking the shelves and stuff, and like and doing some like purposely dickish moves with like those because I this does sound fucking terrible. I can remember like one time putting a copy of like the Bear Winch or something like that, one of the softcore porn titles. Let's just say Bear Winch Project for this. But anyways, I can remember putting like the Bear Winch Project tape behind like a Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen tape.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell, you sinner.
Just other stupid shit. Like, oh dear God! Like I
don't know you anymore.
Could you imagine like or like a Disney tape or something like little Johnny's going home and thinks he's gonna watch like Atlantis' Lost Empire or whatever. Instead, it's the Bear Winch Project.
You know, like, it's probably the same old guy that ended up seeing Football Follies, and then you're like, you know what? I'm turning my life around. I'm going to watch Kate and Ashley. I can finally beat it. Auga! Auga!
Hey, funny
exactly
story
how it
like
happened.
About Mary Kate and Ashley. Okay, I had like, oh God, I can't believe I'm telling this. There was like one of the managers I worked with at Blockbuster. Like, so we used to a thing was we would get up to 7 free rentals a week. You know, rental every day. And you could just use them all at the same time, whatever, you know. I swear to God, this guy, no kids, single, late 20s, early 30s, would always rent out Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen films. You do the math.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up.
See, we're thinking of you, sir. That's the same way we think of Diddy right now.
Yeah, he probably
Diddy is everywhere.
Diddy is. What didn't Diddy do? Oh dear God. Well, like I say, I think with softcore, there's two huge things. Definitely the impact of VHS, but I mentioned it earlier. I think also the impact of HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, all those channels.
Change the game.
Oh yeah, it did. Man, I'll never forget like getting the free previews from HBO, how it was just like, yes, and going into the TV guide and looking to see like, okay, what time do I need to set the timer on my VHS for the softcore porn to come on?
Okay, what? Let me see. This has to be it. Anything with the word erotic, bikini, like you knew that was going to be one of them.
Oh yeah. I
Witches of East Brestwick.
Oh my god, I forgot about. I remember that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also another thing I remember too is like you remember the original like shows they would have, like HBO had like Real Sex.
Oh, dude! Whenever I watch House of Dragon or Game of Thrones, and that opening HBO thing with the static comes on, I'm waiting for like bam bam. And you see, like, you're sitting there going, we're going to get some good shit in this episode of Real Sex. Like, oh man, lesbian painting, yeah.
Yeah, and it would be like some of it would be good, and then some of it would be like, ugh. I also remember too,
Yeah.
like, do you remember? Oh, I don't know if it's HBO or Showtime, but do you remember they would do like the documentary on like the cat house out in Vegas or whatever?
Oh yes, cat. That was awesome.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
awesome. Like,
yeah.
I follow people on there on Instagram now. Some of the hookers, I follow them.
Are they still alive?
I don't know, there was like Air Force Amy. I'm like, man, are you a mummy now?
Yeah, like
I don't
holy
think you're going to
shit.
look all that great 20 years later.
No.
They're showing like old photos of them, but I remember them.
But I like, yeah, I can remember like the shows like that, and of course the movies. The movies is where it was at. But oh my gosh, like, and I can remember like we talked about earlier. It was rare, but man, if you got like a shot of Bush, oh man, like it was one of the best.
Like you went into
Like,
your drawer and you move the lotion, but then you grab the confetti and throw it in the air as a celebration.
whee!
Whee! Ladies, this is what men did.
You violated the daylights out of your socks. Oh my gosh. Went through so many socks as a kid, Gout. So many socks. So little time.
So many t-shirts. You find that one t-shirt that you don't wear anymore, might be a size off. It's great. It's like the right length for like cleanup, and it gets on absolutely nothing.
Oh, I got intuitive with that shit. If it had like a hole in it and stuff, just rip it up and then you've got multiple like comebacks.
Dear God.
We're feeling way too much on this episode. But
I'm encouraging every family member to watch this.
This is going to be like a focus on the family highlights this episode, because it's good moral.
At the end of the day, it's all about family.
It is. It's all about family.
Yeah, Softcore is all about the friends we made along the way.
Oh yeah, it really is when you think about it. Yeah, the struggle was real. The struggle is like to find this stuff and get, and like I say, I can remember like recording stuff and then like having my buddies come over like for a slumber party, like, hey, check this out, and then like it was like, you remember? Okay, seriously, we did this in middle school. I hope you did too. Did you remember kind of tape trading with softcore porn?
Not exactly. It was more like I would go to my cousin's house and I would record the shit and take that home, and maybe we'll make a copy of the tape onto another tape because you would have two VCRs. And you'd be like, here you go, my friend. Or we'd get a video of something else, and like at the end of whatever movie they filmed, at the end it would be like a Cinemax thing. And I'm like, all right, bonus. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know what would piss me off if you ever got like an actual copy and you went to go make a copy of it and it had that fucking the block thing on it to where like it when you record it, it was like in black and white and stuff, like it wouldn't let you copy it right. Oh, that was so
there's certain tapes had that. Now they were bastards for having that.
What a bunch of cock blocks.
They'll burn in hell.
Yeah, yeah, they will, buddy. But I can remember the tape trading. I can remember just the thrill of the hunt of finding.
Oh yes. Oh my god!
Porn.
Besides softcore, like just like regular porn, period. I remember like finding someone that had some. Like, hey man, give me a few dollars. So I give this like DVD that they cop that they downloaded stuff onto a computer and put it on there. I was able to watch it at home, and because it's like you couldn't, it was like cheap. I'd only paying like the guy like $20, and it'd be like 4 or 5 movies in one one DVD. They knew how to hustle.
Oh yeah. Do
Yeah,
you
so
remember? Do you remember? Okay. Do you remember like when you get stuff like that, and like I just remember, yeah, it'd be like a 5-in-1 or something DVD, right? And it's like a 4 or 6 hour DVD, and it goes in back-to-back features or whatever you want to call it. But just remember like the actual like packaging of it, and then like the how like just the DVD case itself emitted like this god awful smell of like stale farts from like 20 years ago. You know what I'm
this was
saying? You remember?
made.
Yeah.
This was made during a time of sadness and depravity.
Yeah. Lots of depravity. We'd do anything. We would do anything to see some boobs. But
Anything. We were deprived.
anything.
We needed it now. Anything. Like, once again, it's like these kids who go on their phone, boom, boom, boobs. Easy
Right
as
there.
hell. Now
Right
it's
there.
like
Right there.
right there. I can literally probably go on my phone, on my TV right now. I could probably find boobs in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's literally at your fingertips.
You would have to
Not
watch
for
a
us.
movie and find like a scene where there would be boobs for more than 5 seconds, and that's all
I can
you need.
remember. I can remember like when Titanic came out and like how big of a deal that was. I can remember like
Lord,
kids talking about in Braveheart, man. It's like, oh, we gotta watch Braveheart, and it's like,
is there nudity in Braveheart? I never even seen Braveheart.
oh yeah, Braveheart's a great movie. Like
Really?
nudity, yeah.
Well, I
There's some
knew it.
boobs, but
I was gonna say,
great
like, I
movie.
don't remember anyone talking about boobs in Braveheart. There's
I'm
boobs
pretty
in
sure there
Braveheart.
was. Maybe I'm getting things crossed. I feel like there was boobs in Braveheart.
I feel like
Anyway,
I've never heard that before. I've got the Google boobs in Braveheart.
yeah, you should
Tell
do it
us,
after this.
America.
Do it right now. Leave us a comment. Let us know if there is in fact boobs in Braveheart. Inquiring minds want to know.
Share this
Well,
and please subscribe.
please hit that like and subscribe button as we talk about porn. So I think okay, when you say softcore porn and we're talking series and films, I mean, I think there is the creme de la creme. There is like one series in particular that everybody talks about. I think we got to talk about it, Gout. We got to talk about the Emmanuel films. Emmanuel. Which is funny how this got started because I was looking into this. It's like, holy shit, this is like a
Starting in the
long
70s, right?
well, even before that, really. So essentially, Emmanuel was a lead character in a series of French erotic films based on books written in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, Emmanuel, like the film, the first one, yeah, I think it was like 1974. And there's been a multitude of different actresses that have portrayed the character of Emmanuel. But this is the mind-boggling thing on this, dude. Like, do you realize how many fucking Emmanuel movies there are?
I think there's a chunk because you had the Emmanuels and you had the Emmanuel in space. Then you also had like Emmanuel in Cannibal Island or some shit like that. You had Black Emmanuel. So, and I've seen box sets for this stuff. So I'm just gonna say off the bat, is there like 30?
No, I think there's more than that. I would safely say I think there's close to about 50 different Emmanuel
God
movies.
damn!
Yeah. Because
Suck on
it's
that,
like
Star Wars.
the Star Wars franchise, Marvel Cinematic Universe. They ain't got shit on the Emmanuel
Shit
series.
on Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And
you
she
know
went
what?
to space first.
Yeah, you know what? You can have your you can have your Avengers Endgame. Go ahead and fucking give me Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals or Emmanuel Escapes from Hell. Like, what
Oh, by the way, the cannibal stuff. Oh, I couldn't watch that.
It doesn't sound sexy.
Emmanuel 2, though, I will say, kind of still holds up. in the year 2024.
Emmanuel 2A. Well, this is what's interesting about this too. So like there's like an original series, and then there's the reboots, and then there's like made for TV films, and then there's like other films that's
Made for
unofficial
TV?
but
Oh,
official.
probably HBO.
Well, for like HBO and
Yeah.
Cinemax and
Like
shit. Yeah,
Lifetime original movie.
the Lifetime original movie, Emmanuel in Space. But so like the first ones was actually released like cinematically, believe it or not. Like
People actually watched them in a theater.
yeah, you could actually do it. So the original series ran from 1974 to 1993 with a grand total of 7 Emmanuel films. Now this is Emmanuel in its true, authentic, as it was supposed to be, like version, and then you got
As
all these
God
other
intended.
as God intended you to see Emmanuel. But then that just gets off the fucking charts, dude. So you got like there is so we joke about Emmanuel in Space. There's actually this. It's not just a movie, Gout. There's a series of movies where she's in fucking space. Like there's Emmanuel in Space, Emmanuel First Contact, Emmanuel A World of Desire, Emmanuel A Lesson in Love, Emmanuel Concealed Fantasy,
Desire and fantasy. Those are the two words, along with erotic, you see a lot in those the films.
Yeah.
Desire.
And then of course Gout, like how they would do with all this stuff in 2000, they put the 2000 spin on it, and they had Emmanuel 2000, and that was like a series of films. Like they literally did about in the year 2000. I'm so glad you remember that skit too. So you had those films. You had your made for HBO Skinemax films. There was also they had the Private Collection, as they called it, series in the 2000s era. And like I think this was kind of like their horror kind of franchise of Emmanuel.
The hell?
There's subgenres of fucking Emmanuel.
So many. I know there was a black Emmanuel. Like they had a black
Yes.
woman be Emmanuel for a few movies. Severin Films, you know who does the horror stuff?
Yes. Yeah,
they
love
got
Severin
Emmanuel films. They got like a box set with like a special backpack.
I think it's this. I think so. Here you got their Private Collection series. So you have the Emmanuel Sex Goddess, Emmanuel versus Dracula. Then
oh my God.
The Sex Lives of Ghosts, Sexual Spells, The Art of Ecstasy, and Jesse's Secret Desires.
I'm going to need you to DM me this. I feel like I got to Google all this right now.
This is just insane. There's so many subgenres in this Emmanuel series, because now there's also this too. There is a time travel series of Emmanuels. So like she fucking goes back in time and she's a fucking time traveler. You got Emmanuel's Skin City.
Busy ass bitch.
Emmanuel's Sexy Bite, Sex Chocolate, and Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sex Tales, Emmanuel's Supernatural Sexual Activity, Emmanuel's Forbidden Pleasures. And here's the thing, you mentioned it. There is a subsection of Black Emmanuel films. So you have the first two are Black Emmanuel 2. You have Emmanuel in Bangkok. Listen to this one, Black Emmanuel, White Emmanuel.
That's for those who do search interracial. But by the way, I felt like South Korea wasn't really that diverse over the years.
Right.
Except I think HBO Showtime had like one show that was like they had a show that was more diverse, had a lot of black characters in there. So it was like one. Like mostly it's all white folk and like some Asian people.
Okay.
Like Christine Gwen.
Oh, okay. Like, and here's the thing. This is where it's like mind-boggling to me with this Emmanuel stuff, like how it transcended into pop culture. Like, of course, multiple references in television. Like, I can remember very vividly being a fan of Seinfeld, and they had a parody of this called Rochelle, which was supposed to be a play off of Emmanuel. But
Yeah.
here's the thing that blows my mind, Gout. Like, there is, honest to God, there is a video game of Emmanuel. That's right.
For the Game Boy Color?
Uh, no, I think it's like it's overseas. But are you ready for
For the Wii. Please tell me it's for the Wii.
No, I'm guessing it's on like a rip off of the NES because this game came out in like '89. But are you ready for the name of the publisher?
Yes.
The publisher of the Emmanuel game was one Cocktail Vision.
I was like, Acclaim, LGN, Cocktail Vision.
Yeah, there you go.
It sounds like a visionary.
Yeah. So I mean that like I don't think there is ever going to be another softcore porn franchise like Emmanuel. I mean
Yeah.
it's just like it's crazy because they're like I can't think of another film franchise or anything where they have so many subgenres inside of it.
Nothing else goes that far. Like, I don't know, maybe like you go like Star Trek. Like
But
that's TV
it doesn't
shows.
even you're right, but it doesn't even come close though when you think about it, you know? I mean,
No,
geez.
it doesn't scratch the surface. Emmanuel possibly is the most like I don't think there's that many Dracula movies.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It's insane how many
And it's
Emmanuels there.
the reason why they have more Emmanuel than Dracula. I think it all comes down to the fact that as opposed to being scared, we like masturbating way more than we are being scared. We like beating our dicks off,
You're not wrong. You're
beating
not
the
wrong.
living shit out of our dicks.
But
Sorry,
Jesus.
YouTube. sorry, sorry, mom, and various cousins who might end up seeing this,
Oh yeah. Well,
and my in-laws.
pulling back a little bit on the curtain here. I messaged you, was like, okay, what's some of the stuff we need to talk about in this episode? And one of the first things that came out of your mouth was, as far as I'm guessing this may be, because I tried researching this, I couldn't find a whole lot. There's no Wikipedia for this, or there's not a whole lot of information on this other than like different films they produced. But I think we got to talk about seduction cinema.
Ah, there we go. There we
Nah,
go.
now my wheelhouse.
That's more in my side of it because they didn't really show them too much on HBO and Showtime. Because, like I said, like these DVDs were cheaper to get than regular porn. So we went to the special interest section of like a video store and be like, "Oh, what's this?" And I remember seeing Erotic Survivor. I'm like, "All right, I'm sold." And it was like good shit. And I'm like, all right, Seduction Cinema. And they had these like previews. I'm like, I gotta watch all these damn movies. And like most of their films were really, really good shit. They had Mistress Frankenstein. This is all, I didn't write any of this down. It's all from memory. Lord of the G Strings. And that Lord of the G Strings was the one they actually showed. That and Playmate of the Apes. They showed both those on like HBO later on. But those were they come out on DVD and like good, like that was like primo shit right there.
So
Spider
I gotta
Babe.
ask.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider Babe, I remember that. I gotta ask. Playmate of the Apes, like was there apes fucking in it?
No. There was actually it was kind. They kind of joked about it happening, and they're like, "Ew, no."
Okay.
But it was all the humans having sex, and maybe like I think at one point, like one guy who's not one of the actors, he does the comedic side roles. There was like 2 seconds where he's kind of like pretending to tongue kiss one of the apes, and like that was it. Like it wasn't for like that purpose.
Okay.
So I'm sorry if you wanted some deep orangutan fucking.
I really did. So,
You really
but
did, right?
this studio, though, from what I could see, it looked like they kind of will like produce softcore porn throughout like the 90s and whatnot, but it seems like it really took off in the 2000s, where practically they were doing like a parody of like all the popular films at the
Everything.
time.
I was all over that shit. back in those days. We had the tapes and I got the DVDs. The problem with that company though is occasionally they would put out something that was too softcore. Like they had really good shit. They would come out with another one. By the way, one just popped in my head. I wish I could remember the name of it. I'll come back to it later. But they would come out with some of them where it was just girls dancing naked, and that's it. So you had to pick very wisely what you're going to watch.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
They had a girl in there named Darian Crane who was just chef's kiss. Well endowed in the chest, dark hair.
Well, my friend, I think that's a perfect segue for us. Like, let's talk about some of the goats, some of the all-time great softcore porn actors, actresses, probably mostly actresses, I imagine. Which I gotta be honest, I don't really remember a whole lot of names other than there's a couple that stick out. Like, first one that comes to mind for me, I think Julie Strain.
That was the
Like,
blonde one, right?
I think she was, yeah, and Burnett too, I think.
Brunette. Oh, okay. Because like
I think she changed up.
I know like those names pop up when you're like, man, I want to watch some good old fashioned old stuff and like, soft stuff. I'll go search, be like, I remember how I used to just go at it to this. Sorry, I fairly remember her. I wish I had photos.
Well, I'm sure we could pull some of
Yeah.
that after the show. I know you're gonna remember this name because this was like another one too. What about Misty Mundane?
Oh Lord,
But that's going way back.
that's going some ways. That's going like low def before HD.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like borderline chola makeup, but not really.
The other one I remember too was you remember like the fucking Marilyn Chambers movies and shit? That's going way back.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, she was also part of that whole hot choice thing with the hot bodies, the body doubles. Oh, by the way, can I just real quickly, body doubles, they had like one episode, because I watched all of them scrambled, but one episode, there was a scene there that was so wonderfully clear on my scrambled TV that I still remember it to this day. I know if I Googled it, I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Okay.
Some of the stuff you can't rewatch years later. I'm spoiled from real porn. But Marilyn Chambers, she was actually my dad's old collection of like hardcore stuff, and then she kind of made her way into like hosting softcore later.
Oh yeah, yep. A long, prolific career.
Yeah, God bless Marilyn Chambers.
One of the true pioneers of porn.
Hallelujah.
Another one I remember was Shannon Tweed. Of course, ended up marrying Gene Simmons, or they were a couple or whatever. I remember her, but there was a name you mentioned to me. And I'm not as familiar with her, but I know obviously you want to talk about her, Christine Gwynn.
Christine Gwynn.
Tell us about the great Christine Gwynn.
Oh man, like when she was in a film, you were happy because like I said, had that, not everything was that diverse. So there's this beautiful woman popping in there, and like she did guys, she did girls, she did the girl scenes very well. Chef's kiss, like just I still search for her to this day. I follow her on Instagram. She still looks beautiful now because the softcore is they're not even doing softcore anymore, really. Like she stopped. I feel like if she wants to, she can jump in there, do some shit, and we'd be totally okay. And a lot of those actresses would also do hardcore porn. She only did softcore.
She had standards.
I have no clue what her butthole looks like.
That's the tragedy. But it also is like the thing that kind of motivates you to keep watching her.
It's mystery is what it makes life. It keeps life going.
Was Christine Gwynn's butthole look like?
What does it look like? Well, we'll never know, but maybe one day we will.
Hopefully we will find out. No, that's just some names. I like I say, I don't really remember a whole lot of names. Like, is there anybody you can think of outside of those said names that
I
was
got
like
faces in my head of like God, it's like I can only think of like people who like popped who did hardcore and softcore. So it'd be like Misty Stone and Skin Diamond, if you know who
Oh,
they
okay.
are. I've seen them and
Yeah.
stuff. Who else? I can't put it. Oh God, I met her last year. Annie Cruz. I've seen her do hardcore, but I've seen her do softcore, and she's a hardcore actress.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered one. What about oh damn it, I can't think of her name. She was blonde, and there was 1 year where she was joking around like she was gonna run for president or something.
Oh, Mary Carey.
Mary
Mary Carey.
Carey. I remember
Oh
Mary
God,
Carey.
she was
Yep.
great. Loved her. That was like, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of blondes, but like, she made me feel like I was seeing Mariah Carey naked.
So I think one thing that's predominant with softcore porn is the fact that like there's so many movie parodies. I feel like that's just canon for it. Like I can tell you like one of the very first softcore porns I remember as a kid, and I meant to mention this earlier, but it sticks out very vividly to me. Flesh Gordon.
Yes,
Flesh
I've seen this one. I actually rented this one.
Yes. And it okay, the thing is it's mind-boggling because they put in like actually like production value into this thing because they
Oh
got like
yeah, that was like well
they got
made.
they had like a clay animation like Cyclops that like was in high heels running around. They had like there was like a penis dinosaur monster in a cave that captured the girl. Um uh oh god,
If
the
we had
robot.
play animation nowadays in softcore, I feel like softcore would still be relevant. It would still be
Oh
around.
yeah. Oh yeah. Do you the robots now? I'm not gonna say what they were called on here, but essentially they were robots that would come around and their like wieners was like a spike thing that spun around and
Lord.
oh dear God. Oh, Flesh Gordon. And of course his spaceship or rocket was, very phallic shaped.
They
Um
didn't hide nothing, folks.
no, 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 no.
We're getting to the point, to the tip.
Just the tip. But we've missed some here already. Bear Witch Project. Wasn't there another one that was a parody of the Blair Witch or something? That was
So you had the Blair Witch. Oh yeah, okay. So we had the. By the way, I just remembered like it was a Gladiator parody that was really good. That was done by Seduction Cinema. It just hit me right now. But okay, so you had the Bear Wench, but there was also the Erotic Witch Project. The Erotic Witch Project was okay, but then they had a sequel. It was either a part 2 or a part 3. I don't know. It was like the book. I think it was the Book of Shadows, or it was supposed to be like it was some play on that. The word erotic was probably in there, and that one was just spectacular. I could probably look that up right now and just applaud. Two
yeah,
thumbs up.
among other things. But
Oh, other thing.
so many parodies though, like in of softcore and as well as like in hardcore too. But I think the big boom of them I remember was in that 2000s era, like where everything was a freaking parody of like any popular movie that come out, like even like how what was that one like how to pleasure a woman or something, but it was a play off of like how what a fuck it. It was Mel
What
Gibson
women
and Helen.
want?
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah. So I can
Mm,
remember that. Like there was just so many others. It was
women
just
want cows.
one cows. Well,
Moo.
well, interestingly enough, in my research, Gout, I come across a list which I wanted to share with you. In this now this is according to I believe Yahoo, the 24 best softcore porn movies ever made.
God, we're really going old school in the world where we're like we're going to go with something Yahoo posted.
Yeah, here we go. All right, don't look now. This looks like a serious movie to me. Like, wait a minute, isn't that
Wait,
fucking that's Donald Sutherland, isn't it?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Isn't this the one where he gets killed in Venice by a dwarf in a raincoat?
All
Like
right,
I believe there's like a hot and heavy sex scene in the movie.
Oh, Julie Christie, who was a popular British actress.
Yeah, Dallas
Will play
Sullivan gives it to Julie Christie like never before. He just pounds the shit out of it.
Oh, oh, okay. So it was one of the most graphic sex scenes for a mainstream movie, and it earned an X rating. So this one doesn't really count. Already,
Yeah.
this list is.
He had both feet in his mouth.
I don't like this list so far. Okay. All right. Up
Dallas
next, we
Sullivan
got
doesn't give me erections.
no Adore at
Adore,
23.
like Adore.
2013. Naomi Watts and Robin Wright, two middle-aged mothers, each of whom is carrying on an affair with the other son. What the fuck? Have you ever even heard of this?
No, I don't want to. I can't imagine like giving it to myself to this.
This list is not what I was expecting. But I don't know.
That's
We're just
not what
getting
I
started.
expected. I'm
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Bikini Drive-In. Okay, that sounds like something I would have watched.
Let's see the description here. Yet another campy B movie. Tonight. Oh, I remember bikini car washes, and they play those on USA Up All Night. That's something we forgot to mention. Up All Night. Oh man, with
and we
Rhonda
would
Shear.
see like these clean versions, but we didn't realize like, oh, it's actually dirty as hell when you don't watch it on Up All Night. Damn you, Gilbert Gottfried!
Ha! Of my best Gilbert
Lord.
Gottfried. But porn. So okay, here we go. Like okay, she inherits her grandfather's drive-in movie theater. Oh, but with $25,000 in debt. So recruits friends, don bikinis. There you go. Makes sense, right? That's how you made monies in the 90s. So all right, coming in next, we got Aphrodite.
Aphrodite.
Hmm.
Looks a little too old school for me.
A 1982 French twist film based on the novel Aphrodite. A group of people visit an island and engage in all kinds of sexy times. Oh, that's not that original.
Now, you know what's sexy? Scared Topless.
Scared Topless.
Bridget B is in it, and she is phenomenal.
Christine Secret from Adam and Eve. Oh, winner of 4 New York Adult Critics Awards. This got to be a good one.
Oh, I feel like I would cry. I would cry as well as the other stuff. So I need double the tissues. I would need double the Hot Wheels tissues.
Oh, where the fuck did you get Hot Wheels tissues?
I was desperate. I had a runny nose, amongst other things.
But I guess reading this, so this was apparently a film from a woman's perspective of erotica.
Erotica. What women find seductive.
I'm not impressed with this list so far.
They go into the aisles of Walmart that you don't want to go into. That's what their version of erotica is.
Well, see, this list is fucking bullshit. So this isn't even this is a fucking Steven Soderbergh film, I think it said. Like, what the fuck?
I have never masturbated anything Steven Soderbergh has ever done.
Okay, I can't say that. I have jerked off to Traffic a couple times. What can I say?
Several times.
Several times. I mean, fuck, Benicio del Toro in that film? God damn.
Like, fucking serious?
The Pleasure Professionals. A sex positive erotic film. Wait a minute, what?
Aren't they all?
The Feminist Porn Awards Most Sensual Softcore Movie. Okay. It centers around executive relief consultants, in quotations. It's a special.
I assure you, I've been more sensual with a beanbag chair.
This list
and it kissed back.
Fuck you, Yahoo. Come up with some good shit.
It's Yahoo!
When seduction becomes nothing like some late 90s softcore porn, right?
Eyes of desire. Do you desire me?
Like what? Who come up with this list? I want to know. Oh, man of my dreams. Now that just looks like the cover of a fucking like a romance novel. What the fuck?
Right. This is a very female. Ladies, we're all cool with the ladies. Ladies, enjoy what you like, do what you want. But damn it, I want to see some bikini craziness.
Yeah, like what
I need
is
some bikini car wash in space. I need a Star Course Cinderella film. Emmeline.
So a
Emmeline.
parody of Emmanuel or something? Or okay.
Is
A
it a
French erotic
hijinks film?
film.
Hilarious?
Oh, it's about a throuple.
Oh,
Yeah. I bet there's
throuple?
a heist. They have to get like a golden egg. It's in
The
somebody's
fuck?
butthole.
The
Yeah.
fuck? Oh, the hijinks never end in Emmeline. Starring
Okay,
Jim
now
True Carey. Red Shoe Diaries.
yeah, I
David
remember.
Duchovny.
I do
David
remember.
Duchovny's in this shit.
Oh yeah, this was a show, wasn't it? That's not a
Yeah.
fucking.
I think the show and it was a movie too, but you basically get to see Mulder's cheeks going up and down.
Ah, very nice.
I believe.
Here we go.
There we go.
The Emmanuel series coming in at 13.
Series. It's all about part 2. I think it's the extras.
Low.
Yeah.
I
Part 2
wonder
is great.
what the fuck is going to be one on this list, man.
Look up the massage scene, and you'll just be going at it for days. Afterwards, you'll be like grabbing a rose and sniffing it because you'll feel so sophisticated.
Oh,
you might write poetry.
Bikini Jones and the Temple of Eros.
I think I've seen this. I will bet money. I think Christine Gwynn's in this one. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, play Dr. Bikini Jones, played by Christina Wynn, right? That's her, right?
Yeah, Gwen.
Who steals a golden idol that happens to be the key to the Temple of Eros. Oh, Evilla Cruella is her villain? The control of a magic tiara. Like what?
Magic. I have a magic tiara.
Now that I bet you do. That already sounds way more interesting than some of these other ones. Ooh,
right. I've seen this one. I know it. Touch Me Not. I don't want to see a movie called that.
If you're modern offerings of softcore, this is 2018. Part documentary, part fiction, and follows a filmmaker. She engages with a group of characters for personal. Okay, just sounds fucking lame. That's gonna be a hard pass.
Lame as shit. Did it win Best Picture?
The Key.
Fuck.
Number 2014.
I swear on everything. If that goddamn 50 Shades of Grey is number 1, I'm gonna fucking burn this house down.
I'm gonna lose my shit. David Arquette and Bai Ling are in this. What the fuck? Okay,
the former WCW World Champion.
Yeah, and if that's him, goddamn, look at him. He's looking dreamy as fuck there. Shit,
yeah, he can pound me.
He can pound me too, bro. Okay, I got a funny story about Bai Ling. I got to tell you real quick. So I was at a horror convention, and there was a panel there for The Crow, and it had the original, like the creator of The Crow from the comics, and Bai Ling was there. And this was right after like the pandemic kind of was still going on, but it was like kind of over with. And I swear to God, the whole panel, I kid you not, about 30 minutes, all Bai Ling talks about is toilet paper. Just how hard it was to get toilet paper. Yeah, that's all she talks about. It's fucking toilet paper.
We want to talk about you and art, not toilet paper.
Okay, here we got number 9, Love Camp. Okay. This looks
kind of tickles my fancy.
Oh, 1981, West German softcore rock musical.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the movie star sex symbol Laura Gemster is all about free love and sexual liberation.
Hey, Germany's has a ton of good bands.
Yeah.
Powerwolf, Rammstein, Madsen.
2 Moon.
It's like 9.5 weeks type of shit.
80s camp in your softcore food. 2 Moon Junction's a must see. The movie follows April Delampre, a 21-year-old Southern belle, and the senator's daughter. I like where this is going.
Oh, this sounds up my alley.
Oh, to a guy named Chad Douglas Fairchild. Oh, he
Now we
sounds
can
like
all
a son of
masturbate
a
to a
bitch.
guy named Chad Douglas Fairchild.
Son of
to a guy
bitch.
named Chad Douglas Fairchild.
Oh, April ends up falling for the least Chad Douglas Fairchildy guy in town, a carnival worker drifter named Perry.
I'm a
Sexy.
drifter named
I'm gonna
Perry.
I'm gonna drift up in your, you know what?
Drift that wood.
Room in Rome. Okay, this looks like a newer one. Number 7. Uh, Room in Rome, a 2010 Spanish drama about two women who meet as strangers and have a passionate night together. All watch. These all suck, dude. There's only like
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
couple.
say
Like
it seems a little.
we need to make our own list. Like,
Yeah, I need to make my own list. Sequel. We gotta do a
ooh,
sequel. Erica's Hot
hot
Summer.
summer.
Hot
Now
steamy
we're cooking
summer.
again.
It was so hot and musty in there. No one bathed.
For
Hot,
months.
hot and musty summer.
The movie is about a photographer who travels the world taking pictures of and getting it on with a never-ending series of beautiful women until he meets Erica. And then he impregnates her. The end.
She has a magical snatch.
Hello.
It
What
sounds
the?
spicy.
Okay, this one, the first turn on. Okay, this already. I like the cover.
I feel like this
I
is
will say
more in
that.
my speed.
Yeah. If you're looking for some softcore, this is 1983. Is the first turn on. A group of campers who find themselves stuck in a cave after a landslide decide to pass time sharing stories of their first times. Oh well, I like. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a fun movie. I
Sounds
would
like a fun
watch
movie.
that.
It's a family thriller.
That sounds like something you would see like on the Disney Sunday evening movie. I like it.
Bring your grandma and a couple of uncles.
Oh, yeah. A perfect ending. Okay, what's this
That
one about?
massage thing.
A Morgan Fairchild?
I'm not masturbating to that.
No, this
Nah.
sounds terrifying. That sounds like something your grandma would watch.
This is the clip I'm going to be posting online.
Okay.
Oh,
Number
I'm definitely
3,
not watching this.
Angels of Sex. Well, first of all, it's an IFC film. Like, what the fuck?
This is not softcore. This is like fairly erotic. This is just nudie films. Modern, like I don't know, like how to describe it. This is not what we're looking for. This is not what we signed up for.
Number 2, Animal Instincts.
It's number one. I swear to God, number one's 9.5 weeks or 50 Shades of Grey. I'm burning this house down.
Well, let's find out, Gout. What is number 1 on this list? Number 1 is Embrace of the Fam. Okay, this I do remember. Alyssa Milano was. Oh yeah, she was.
Alyssa Milano. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen this. I don't know if I want to see it. Do I?
I remember that cover because I'm pretty sure I was working at Blockbuster when that came out, or at least I was at Blockbuster when that. So there you go. Yahoo is a very dated site, and you shouldn't go and look for anything if you're researching it because their lists suck. Yeah, I think we gotta make our own list, dude.
They have a search engine on Yahoo.
Ask
Well,
Jeeves.
my wife still uses that as an email, and I'm like, Yahoo.
Yeah.
That's not good. I'm not going to search that place for porn ever.
No. Well, yeah, this has been a sexy, fun time here on this episode of Colecast, talking softcore porn. Do you have any final thoughts you would like to tell us all?
I would like to just point out that I'm happy that I did not have to burn this place down. That 9.5 weeks was not mentioned on that stupid list because I watched that. I grabbed it from my mother's grandmother's tape collection, and I'm like, "Hey, wait, there's a couple of titties in here." And, we did what we did at that age because we didn't have. Because here's the thing, though, it's good that porn is good. That porn is super accessible now because now. When I see a little titty or whatever, I don't go crazy and go, oh, wow. It's like, oh, yeah, it's normal. That stops us from being crazy madmen, I think. Because back in the day, just imagine, like, we saw a little scrambled titty and we were, like, just going, like, berserk all over the place. But,
yeah.
Life is good now.
Life is good now. It's like, it's a double-edged sword. Or maybe in this case, it's a double-sided dildo. I don't know. But nonetheless, let's go wrap it up. for this episode of Colecast, where we talk softcore porn. And just, hey, go out there, get you some, get your Vaseline, get your
Get your lotion.
Yep.
Get
Go.
these.
And go have a sexy fun time. Get your
Sexy fun.
Hot
Say-
Wheels, Hot Wheels Kleenexes.
with your Hot Wheels Kleenex. Eat like 10 Tums and just be a true American.
That's right. Because now you're a man. You're a man.
You're a man.
And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time.
Follow
Gout
me
and I-
everywhere, Best Scout Machine.
Yes. Follow him everywhere. Follow me. Follow us to the ends of the earth and back. And you're in good hands because we'll make you into men. We'll make you from boys to men. Anyways, let's go wrap it up.
Motown Philly back again.
We'll see you next time on another episode of Colecast.
America.
Make some